All right, you guys, if y'all are ready, let's do this thing. It is, what time is it? What time we got? 8:02. Yeah, let's do this if y'all are ready. So this morning's a flow class, hour long, lots of vinyasas, lots of flush throughs. I talk about that a lot in previous classes, and I'll talk about it a lot today, but essentially it's like a reset. So it's kind of pushing through some stronger poses, hitting it with a vinyasa to flush it out, to reset, and then begin again. So they're always optional. Sometimes I forget to say that in my flow classes, doing the vinyasa option of the chaturanga to up dog, down dog, that thing is totally optional. If you're not feeling it, you kind of feel like your body's telling you to rest, just take it down to child's pose and rest there. So that's what we've got this morning. We're going to focus a lot on the hips and a lot of other things. We'll kind of get into the upper back, but it'll be great. Full body stretch, full body movement. It is a flow, so we'll get pretty warm. I'm outside, so I'll probably get pretty hot out here, but it'll be a good one. So let's do this. If you haven't pressed play, go ahead and press play now. I'm going to start my watch and let's do this. It feels beautiful out here. I hope you guys are all in a space that feels really nice. Let's close our eyes. Let's take our time arriving this morning. Oh, we don't have to rush, especially not on a Saturday. Especially not on a Saturday. So settle into this space that you've created. You know, for me, this is what my space looks like this morning. Y'all have seen it in other times. It's how we create it. Use your mind, use your breath, use the energy that you have to sort of create it. It's pretty wild how transformative that can be to any space. We can begin to make any space feel special and sort of create a connection with it. Let's start to just relax our body a little bit. Soften up through the shoulders, soften up through the hips. Now connect yourself to your environment a bit more. Take in what's around you, the breath or the smells. Breathe those in. The smells, the breezes, if you're outside practicing, anything that awakens your senses. A beautiful time right now to just acknowledge without physically moving anything. What's going on physically inside of us? Do we have a shoulder that's a little achy this morning? Do we have, a hip that's really tight? We have a kink in our neck that we can already feel right now as we're sitting in stillness with it. And this morning, what I'd like for us to do is choose a number between 6 and 10. Okay, you have a few options. Your eyes are closed, your shoulders are relaxed. Choose your number. You can change this number. We are not bound to anything. And I'd like for you to take a big inhale and slowly count to this number. And on your exhale, again, count to this number. Just keep flowing with that. Breathe in. Release it. Slowly, controlled. Surprise yourself. When you think that you can't reach it, you're getting close and you can't reach it, see if you can tuck it in a little bit more. Remind yourself right now that in this hour, you are in control of your breath. You are in control of your movements. You are in control of how your mind processes these movements. Let's take just a few more, just like this. Big inhale. Get it all in there. Exhale, release it all. And as you fully release, just drop that chin to the chest. It's gonna be a beautiful morning. Tell yourself that, embrace it, feel it fully. Let's draw the left ear to our left shoulder. Now here, what I'd like for you to do is take both of your hands, clasp them behind you, then bring this whole clasped knot over to your right hip. You can sort of chicken wing out this right arm. Now take it one step further for me, relax into this. Let your lips part. Now feel this amazing stretch from your jaw, getting into that TMJ, all the way down through the side of your neck, your shoulder. Just enjoy that. Take one more inhale. Let's fully exhale it out. Good. And then from here, let's draw the chin back to our chest. As we draw the right ear towards the right shoulder, go ahead and clasp those hands and draw that over now to the left side. Good, we're just kind of chicken winging out this left elbow. And just as before, soften your jaw here. Let the lips part. Don't even worry about trying to keep the lips together and hold that tension there. Release that and feel that gentle pull. Last inhale here. Good. Let's exhale that out. Draw the chin back to our chest. Your hands can unclasp, bring them on top of your knees. And then let's just inhale and lift the head and neck back up to a nice neutral position. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down and back. Exhale. Big breaths, you guys. Big inhales to squeeze and lift. Exhale, roll them down your spine. This time, let's inhale, squeeze them up. And exhale, roll them forward. And again, let those hands not be bound just to your knees. Let them kind of shift onto your thighs. Let them be lucid. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release those shoulders down. Here, what I'd like for you to do, holding onto the knees. Inhale, pull your upper body down over towards your right knee. Come through center, over to the left side. Use those arms. Bring it back. And then inhale, pull yourself through again. Exhale as you pull back. Big inhale, swoop it forward. Exhale. And then let's switch directions, you guys. Use your arms, use your body, warm everything up here. Kind of feel your low back loosen up. Deeply bending those elbows as we pull through. Getting a great stretch here through the shoulders, through the arms, all through the spine. Let's take just one more breath. Beautiful. Bring that upper body back up to a neutral position. Let's inhale and lift those arms up. Hold it here for just a moment. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Ground through your hips, ground through your sit bones. Good. Let's take another inhale. Lift those arms up to the sky. This time, exhale. I'd like for you to bend the elbows, draw them to your rib cage. And then inhale, press them right back up. Close the eyes, embrace it. Exhale, pull down on this imaginary bar, drawing the elbows to our rib cage. We're letting the heart shine. Inhale, lift. And exhale, final time. Squeeze. Really open the heart here. Let's inhale, lift the arms. Let's take a little twist here. Left hand comes over towards the right knee. Right hand back behind you. Now, if you can, worry less about how much you're twisting, but go ahead and turn the neck all the way back behind you. Lift the crown of the head so we're not leaning back. We're growing tall here. And on your next inhale, let's sweep those hands back high. Good. Exhale, right hand crosses over. Now left hand comes back behind us. We've got this beautiful open space here through our chest. We're not collapsing. And again, that gaze is back behind you. Tap into those senses. What are you smelling? What are you feeling? Is there a breeze? Your next inhale, let's reach both arms right back up. And then flip those palms for me. Just press all that air away. Release it out. Let's go ahead and transition. Let's come on to all fours here. We're going to start to pick up the pace a little bit here. Use your breath. We spent a good time warming up. We are ready for this. 10 fingers are pressing into your mat. All of your joints are stacked here. The tops of your feet are pressing into the mat. Pull the belly in. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, shoot the spine up, tucking the chin. Your next inhale, draw the chest back through. Let the belly hang here. And then let's just shoot right back up into our cat, making sure that our joints stay stacked here. So shifting our weight forward or back accordingly. Let's take an inhale, pull that heart through, curve the spine opposite direction. Feel that beautiful stretch through the abdominals. Let's go ahead and just release this out. Shoot back up into your cat one final time. And then bring that spine to a neutral position. From here, what I'd like for you to do is just walk your left knee back just a little bit. Then walk that right knee back. So you've got a little bit of a wider stance here. We're no longer stacked through either our wrists or our hips. And then what I'd like for you to do is just drop that right hip down. Draw some circles here. Left hip then drops. Exhale, shoot it back, child's pose. Really combine your breath here. This is important. This is our vinyasa component. Moving movement with breath. Right hip down. Left hip down. Shoot it back. Big inhale. Let's switch directions here. So drop that left hip down. Shimmy over to the right side. Ooh, bring it back. Let that feel so nice. Let's take one more rotation on this exhale. Just relax back in your child's pose. Let's take our right hand. Okay, so we're in our child's pose. Take your right hand. Let's bring it back beneath our left wrist and into this space. Drop your right temple down to the mat. Fully release this right hand and then walk your fingertips of the left hand out a little bit more. Yeah. So we should not only feel this through the back of our left shoulder, but really in that right shoulder that's down on the mat. Take a big inhale. Fully release it. Let's move on this next inhale. Go ahead and drag that right hand back out in front of you. Left hand comes through. So we're threading the needle here essentially. Fully relax that left hand. Drop the left temple down to the mat. And then fingertip walk those right fingers all the way out as far as you can. And then peek your head in between this space that you've created. Such an awesome upper body stretch right here. Take one more inhale for me. Good. Let's exhale. Just drag that left hand back out. Take it to your full child's pose. Beautiful. And let's warm up the core a tiny bit more. So go ahead, inhale, bring yourself back to your tabletop. Adjust accordingly. Let's tuck both of our toes. Well, not both, all 10 of them. Both sets of our toes. As you inhale, let's come into our floating table. So inhale, press into the mat. Just hover the knees, belly pulls in. Back of your neck is long. Just breathe. Hold it. We can do this. We're going to take one more inhale, and then we're going to shoot back into our downward facing dog. Here's our inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And adjust yourself here to feel comfortable. First one, pedal out, the heels. What's going on with the back of our legs, you guys? Are they tight this morning? Are we actually feeling, pretty good in this? What's going on? Hips are lifted. Head and neck are pressing in between those arms. Yeah. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale it out. Let's really get warm here. Let's start to warm it up. Walk the feet towards the hands. Knees can stay bent. Inhale to half lift. So we all know this half lift really well, you guys. Glutes are pressing back. Maybe this week we try to bring our half lift a little bit lower. So just take a moment to get curious about this. Our half lift, I can bring my hands to my knees and still have a really flat back. But I also personally in my practice could bring my hands to my shins and keep that length through my spine. Maybe we want to get a little curious about that. Let's just take one more inhale where we are. Exhale back to our forward fold. So we're being mindful that this is still early on, you guys. We're going to warm up those legs. Deeply bend through the knees. Those arms lift all the way up. Big inhale. Lift it to the sky. Exhale, hands come to heart center. And then they shift down by our sides. Oh, let's warm it up with these sun salutations. Inhale, be intentional. Grow up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive it down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Are we taking big breaths? Exhale. Plant those hands. Step one foot back, then the other. Hold your plank, and then just drop your knees to where they fall naturally. Elbows tuck in. Bend them. Lead with the heart. Chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra or to your upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Already, just this second down dog, I feel better. I feel more comfortable. I don't know about you guys. Let's keep moving. Let's keep working at it. When you're ready, walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, grow those arms all the way up. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Shimmy them down by your sides. Let's go again. Inhale, grow. Exhale, swan dive it down. Inhale, half lift. Pressing through our toes as well as our heels. Exhale, release it down. Let's plant those hands, step one foot back, then the next. Hold that plank, tuck the belly in. So draw the belly button to your spine. Drop the knees if you'd like, tuck the elbows, chaturanga. Vinyasa through here. Inhale to your cobra, to your up dog. What feels good for you? Flush it out for me. Downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Let's go 2 more times back to back. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Yes. Shake out the head and neck for me here. Now bend the knees. Let's lift those arms up to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, heart center. Down by the side. 2 more times, back to back. Let's move with it. Let's be intentional. Let's see what our body can do. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the hands, step it back. Choose on your toes or drop to the knees. Chaturanga. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Walk the feet towards the hands. Take your time with it. Take another half lift with an inhale at the top. Exhale, release it down. Deeply bend the knees. Let's bring it all the way up. You've got one more. Let's flow right into it from right here. Exhale, back down. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Good. Exhale. Plant the hands, step it back. Maybe try this one on your toes. Get curious about it. Protect the shoulders. Draw the elbows in. Let them shoot straight back. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Phenomenal job. Pedal out those heels, you guys. Move with this energy. Begin to walk the feet towards the hands. Inhale to half lift here. This time, draw the arms back. You're gazing right down in front of your mat. Arms are back, palms are facing each other. You've got energy here. What I'd like for you to do is just squeeze. Imagine you have a beach ball or something back behind you. Squeeze it together. Squeeze it together. For 3, for 2, for 1, forward fold. Release those hands down. Let's inhale and lift all the way up. Arms rise with you. Exhale, bring them to heart center. Let the eyes come closed. Bring the hands down by your side. Palms are facing out. Your eyes are closed. Just breathe. Just breathe. This time, when you're ready, I'd like for you to inhale, come into your chair, bend the knees, arms fly up. Relax through the shoulders and then tuck the pelvis here so we don't have this insane curvature in our spine. Tuck the pelvis, protect that low back. Beautiful. Now I'm just turning so you guys can see me a little bit better. Hold your chair. You can do this. Now, your next inhale, what I'd like for you to do is just stand, draw the hands by the sides. Inhale, hands come down by the sides. Beautiful. This time, inhale, lift the arms up to the sky. And then let's just drop that right hand. Take that left hand. I want you to have some energy here, okay? Pull the core in. Our hips don't move at all here. Relax this left shoulder. Start to just reach it over towards that opposite side, so over towards the right side. Turn your gaze and look up. Right arm is just relaxed here. Hold it. See if you can't reach a little bit more. We are active. There's a ton of energy here. One more inhale. Exhale it out. Move on the inhale to come back up. Exhale, bring this left hand down by your side. Beautiful. Inhale, reach those hands back up, both of them. This time, just drop that right hand. Let it fully relax. And pull it all in, all the same way. Draw the belly button into the spine. Reach that right hand, drop that shoulder. One more inhale here. Exhale, begin to reach it over. So as you reach, start to turn the gaze. We still have this openness through our chest. We should feel this through that right side body. Reach it a little more. Inhale. Fully exhale. Inhale to lift back up. And then let's drop that right hand. Your next inhale, sweep into your chair. Now this time, taking our chair just a step further. I don't care if your knees are touching, if your toes are touching. It doesn't matter. I just want you to feel comfortable in this pose. Drop the shoulders. Now bring the hands together at heart center. I'm just going to turn again so you guys can see me a little bit better. Hinge here at the hips. We still have a deep bend here through the knees. Right elbow is coming over towards the left knee. If it can lock, that's beautiful. If not, that's okay. If we're making that connection and we can lock here, open up through the chest. Peek down at your right knee. Is it shooting in front of the left? If it is, draw it back in line. Last inhale. Fully exhale, completely twist here. And then inhale, stay low. You can do this. You can do this. Take an inhale. Exhale, begin to twist here. Left elbow towards now that right knee. Use that as the leverage point here. Press your palms into one another. And again, peek down at that left knee. If it's shooting in front of the right, draw them back in line. Last inhale. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Inhale, stay low. Lift those arms up, final push. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold, legs straighten. Beautiful job. Now from your forward fold, what I'd like for you to do is step your right foot back, then your left, hold your plank, and then move with intention here. Just very slowly start to lift the hips. Slow, slow, slow. Downward facing dog. Let's tap into those legs a little bit here. When you're ready, right leg lifts. Okay, it doesn't have to be super high. It could just be an inch off the mat. And then let's step in between the hands. Drop your back left knee, untuck the toes, sweep those hands up high. Good, so actively pressing here into that right foot, opening up this left hip flexor. Let's take another inhale. Good, as you exhale, drop the left hand. And I'm gonna encourage you to pick up your back left toes here. Press through the left heel, and let's open up towards the right side. Right hand grows. Really extend through that back left heel. Take another inhale. Let's exhale, drop that right hand. Again, I'm gonna encourage you, stay low. Hips are shooting down towards the mat. Open up through the left side now. Active energy through the left hand, through the left leg. Last inhale. Exhale, drop that left hand. Now from here, just heel toe your right foot all the way out to the outside edge of your mat. Plant both of those hands, and let's just hold our lizard pose. If you'd like to drop your left knee here, you can, or you can keep it active. Hips shooting down towards the mat. Let's go one more breath. Good. Now use your core here. Just step the right foot back to your plank. Hips stay low. Step it back. Chaturanga. Inhale. Flush it out. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Just warming up those legs a little bit. When you're ready, left leg lifts to the sky. That's a big inhale. Good. Exhale to step it in between the hands. Drop that back right knee for right now. Untuck the toes. Sweep the hands up. This part right here, this setup, very important. Very important. I always like starting with that back knee down. We don't always, but when that back right knee is down, it gives us a chance to just kind of wake up our hips. Hey, we're about to tap into you a little bit. Wake it on up. Let's take another inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and fold it forward. Right hand plants. Pick up your back right toes if you're feeling like you can do that. And extend through that right heel. Open it up to the left side. Draw everything into midline, okay? So this left shoulder, draw it to midline. Left knee, draw it in. Feel that activate your glute. One more inhale. Exhale, plant the left hand, comes to the inside of the left foot. Open up now to the right side. Lots of energy here. Embrace it. Reach. Open up through the chest. Last inhale. Exhale, drop the right hand. Heel toe the left foot out nice and wide. So you've got this funky stance here in lizard pose. Shoot those hips towards your mat. So we go from maybe up here, hips maybe up here, to shooting them down just in the direction of the earth. Take one more breath into it, you guys. And then again, hips are gonna stay low. We're gonna really use that core to just drag this left foot back when you're ready. Left foot comes back, hold the plank, chaturanga through. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. Collect your breath. Let's keep flowing with it. When you're ready, right leg again lifts to the sky. Now here, open up, deeply bend the right knee, stack the hips. So if you peek behind your left armpit, wiggle your toes. I can see them. Good. Just hold this. Press that left heel towards the mat. You should feel openness through that right hip, through that right side body. Straighten the legs, square the hips. Step that right foot through. Let's come up strong here, high lunge. So up on our back left toes, left knees up off the mat. Good. Let's clasp those hands behind us. Just open the chest here. Good. Inhale, sweep the hands back up. Exhale, let's open it up, warrior two. Feeling confident in our warrior two this morning. I'm pretty warm. I hope you guys are too. Deep bend here through that right knee. Take another big inhale. This time as you exhale, drop that left hand, reach the right up to the sky. Maybe even take this left hand for a little wrap around the low back for low support. Your next inhale, let's take it back, warrior two. And then exhale, let's come to our side angle. Now, whatever variation of side angle you're in, whether you're resting the forearm, whether this right hand's down, extend that left hand out. Let it shoot out from the crown of your head. Maintain this openness. Deep bend here through that right knee. Good, let's take one more inhale. Good, exhale. What I'd like you to do here is just carry this left hand down and then walk both hands over towards the left foot. Pivot on that back right foot. So we're just switching sides here. And then we're gonna actually lift up here into our high lunge. So just hitting it now on that other side. Good. So same thing that we just did. Deep bend here through the left knee. Right knee's up. And we're on our right toes. Good, let's take another inhale. This time as you exhale, clasp those hands behind you. Open up through the chest. Just enjoy it. Take a big inhale. Sweep those hands back up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. So now we're just on that other side. We're dancing around our mat. We're not bound to a certain top or a certain back. It doesn't matter. It's all space, and it's important how we fill it, what energy we bring to it. So from your warrior two, let's go ahead and take it back to our peaceful warrior or reverse warrior. Left hand lifts high. Maybe take that right hand for a little wrap. And then your next inhale, let's bring it back, warrior two, and then come right into that side angle with the right hand lifting high. And just as on the other side, whatever variation you are in, extend that right hand. Take your gaze up. Keep shooting those hips down. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale. Good. Exhale. Let's again bring this right hand down. Walk both hands over towards the right side. Pivot, so we turn our right toes here. Frame that right foot. And then step it back to your plank. And again, take it slow here. Slow it down. Watch as you press all 10 fingertips into the mat. Slowly lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Let's open up that left side though, because if you remember, we lifted that right leg before we started that flow. So let's do it again here. When you're ready, inhale, lift that left leg. Now deeply bend the left knee and open it up. So we're stacking our hips on top of each other. So in order to stack them, you really have to open this up. Flex that left foot for me. Peek behind that right armpit. Let's breathe into this. Press that right heel towards the mat. Your next inhale, go ahead and straighten the left leg, square the hips. And then let's just drop this left leg down to the mat. Find your downward facing dog again. Beautiful, beautiful. Walk those feet towards the hands. Inhale to your half lift. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Now we're pretty warm here. What I'd like for you to do is walk your hands underneath your feet. So you're going to tuck your right hand under your right foot, and your right toes are going to come up to your wrist crease. And again, your knees can be bent here, you guys. I'll shift back just a little bit so y'all can see me better. Now do the same thing. Left hand comes under, toes just come up to your wrist crease. Now here's what we're going to do. I need you to fully relax your head and neck. So let it hang. As you take a big inhale, sort of feel yourself expand. And then as you exhale, bend the elbows. So you're pulling that upper body closer to your legs. Good. Inhale, expand. Exhale, pull just a little bit. You've got to breathe with it. Big inhale to expand. You're filling your body with air. And then here you're ridding it. So exhale that out and try to compress on that exhale. Beautiful. Go ahead and very slowly just release the left hand followed by the right hand. Take a half lift to just reset, kind of neutralize that spine. Good. And then take it back to that forward fold. Let's step one foot back, then the next into our plank. Take a big inhale. Good. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time when you're ready, inhale, lift that right leg to the sky. Open up, stack those hips. Now here's what I'm going to let y'all get curious about. Peek behind that left armpit, see if you can find your right toes. Now carry that gaze all the way down to the ground as we flip our dog. Just an option here. Beautiful. Two options. We can kick ourselves back over. We can lower down and just very intentionally turn. Right leg extends long again, and then we step it through. We're going to come up strong here into our warrior two. So windmilling those arms. And I can't see y'all, but I'm sure you guys look fabulous. So windmilling up into our warrior two. Relax those shoulders. Let's take this flow a little bit quicker and we'll add on to it. Take a big inhale. Exhale, drop the left hand, right hand lifts. Deep bend through that right knee. Get low with it. Feel powerful. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Exhale, drop the right forearm. Reach that left arm, whichever variation. Take just one more breath here. Your next inhale, shift back to your warrior two. Now straighten this right knee. Start shifting your left hip back. Reach that right hand like you're trying to grab something. And do not start tilting until you cannot reach any further. That is how we're going to find our length. We come into our triangle pose. Beautiful. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is bend that right knee as you come back up to your warrior two. Beautiful. And now here, we'd like to step or just kind of heel toe this left foot up about half the distance. We're going to come into balancing half moon. So right hand is going to come to the top right corner of your mat. And for balancing half moon, we're going to start to lift the back left leg. And what's important about this is the left hip is open as opposed to it being square as it would be in warrior three. It's open. Your back left foot is like kicking away. Now see if we can't lift this left hand. And then maybe we can start to lift that right hand as well. We fly into our balancing half moon. A little bit of a challenging pose. I know you guys can do it though. If we fall out of it, y'all, that is totally fine. Let's take one more inhale. Fully exhale it out. And then let's just step this left foot up to meet the right. Kind of take a half lift to reset. Good. Exhale here, forward fold. And then let's step one foot back, followed by the other. Shift back into your downward facing dog. And let's hit this other side. I'm just, again, turning so y'all can see me. When you're ready, move with intention here. We're warm, we're strong. We can do this. Inhale, lift the left leg. Now, deeply bend the left knee. Open up the hips here. And again, we should be able to see now our left toes. If you feel comfortable, carry this gaze all the way down as we flip our dog, shooting those hips up to the sky, gazing out in front of us, reach that left hand. When you're ready, you can kick yourself back over or lower down, extend that left leg, and then step it to meet in between the hands. Come up strong here, warrior two. Nice, powerful, you guys. Super powerful. Deeply bend, left knee. We're almost there. Take a big inhale. Let's move a little bit faster. Left hand lifts up to the sky. Right hand relaxes. Your next inhale shifts back, and then find yourself in side angle. And extend that right hand. Let there be energy here. Feel your chest peel open. Beautiful. Your next inhale brings you back to warrior two. We'll straighten this front left knee. Start to shimmy back that right hip. Now reach here. Reach, reach, reach. I feel this in my left inner thigh. And then tilt. We're not applying a ton of pressure on the shin or the knee of this left leg. It's just resting. Draw everything into midline. Let's just take one more inhale. Fully exhale it out. We'll bend this left knee as we come back into our warrior two. Beautiful. And then from here, just heel toe that right foot up about half the distance. Okay, left hand is coming down. Again, it's to the top left corner of your mat here. And adjust your foot placement. So begin to lift that right leg. And the foot is turned. So think warrior two footing. If we're in warrior two and we just lifted that leg, we have that rotation. We come into our balancing half moon. Maybe take that hand and place on the back right hip to help start peeling that right shoulder. And then until we can maybe feel like we can lift that left hand, maybe then we grow the right hand. Our balancing half moon. And again, y'all, if we fall out of it, totally okay. But let's try to take maybe 2 more breaths in this pose. It's a powerful pose, lots of energy, lots of muscles work. I almost said muscles, muscles. All right, you guys, on that last breath, go ahead and just step that right foot up to meet the left. Let's take an inhale, half lift. Good, exhale. We're gonna vinyasa through here. So plant those hands, step one foot back, followed by the next. Hold your plank. We've talked a lot about intention here. Really feel it. Pull the belly in, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. We're gonna come into our pigeon pose. So when you're ready, go ahead and start to shift those hips, draw the left knee towards the left wrist. Come down onto that shin. Dropping the back right knee, untucking your toes. Ooh, get comfortable here. Super important, guys, to square those hips. I don't want you guys kind of collapsing onto your left booty cheek. Keep it centered and then start to hinge it forward. Let's come into our pigeon. We're going to spend a few breaths here. So close the eyes. Find peace in this stillness. We had a pretty powerful flow. We've been moving quite a bit, lots of energy expenditure. So just enjoy just being still. Again, maybe get curious here. Maybe just drop the head onto the hand. Maybe come down and cross those arms and just rest the head. It's all about learning and growing. If we do the same poses all the time and we do them the exact same way, where is the growth? Where's the curiosity? Where's the fun? We are ever evolving. Let that shine through in your practice. Whether you're leading your own practice or whether you're following along. Switch it up a little bit. Listen to your body. And it's pretty wild how that is the guiding force, your body. We just oftentimes don't listen to it. We don't have the time, we don't have the space. Let's take 2 more breaths here. We're obviously in no rush. We've done the work. Good. And we can begin to walk those hands up towards that left leg. Find yourself in king pigeon. Ooh, I hope you guys are feeling so good right now. Let's go ahead and plant those hands. So again, we're gonna use our core. I'd like for you to really press, tuck your back right toe. Use your core to lift and hover this left leg. Hover it and then step it back. Downward facing dog. Lift those hips up to the sky. Maybe come up high onto the toes. Then sink those heels down. Beautiful. And let's step this right foot, or right knee, I should say, towards the right wrist. Come down onto that shin. Shimmy out that left leg so it's nice and long. Untuck the toes. Slowly just kind of start to soften into it. And then when you feel ready, hinge straight over. Hinge over those hips. And let's find pigeon here on this opposite side. I was watching a recording of a yoga class I did last week or something like that. And I was out here in the same spot. And I don't know if you guys can hear them right now, but there are some birdies that are so loud. I mean, they're so beautiful. Like, you definitely can't be mad at it, at them. And I didn't think that you could hear them in my recording because I have like a little microphone on. I was like, oh, there's no way. Oh, you can 100% hear them. So now I always wonder if you guys can hear them too, singing their song. Let's try to soften into this for 2 more breaths. Squaring those hips. So naturally, we want to kind of fall onto that right side. If we start to press the left hip further down, do you guys feel that stretch open that right hip a little bit more? I love asking questions and and like I don't expect to hear the answers, and it's very funny. It's part of teaching. All right, y'all. When you're ready, let's go ahead and just come up onto those hands if you're not already. Find your king pigeon. Oh, just embrace this. What are you feeling? What are you feeling in this moment? About yourself, about the environment around you. Good. And let's go ahead and plant those hands. Pick up your back left toes. And again, use your core here to hover this right leg and then step it back. Let's lift the hips, downward facing dog. Final time here. We are about to cool it way down. Lift those hips as high as you can. Tuck the head and neck. Let's go for 3. Keep reaching. 2 and 1. Let's drop the knees. Go ahead and take them to the outer edge of your mat here. Untuck those toes and shift it back to your child's pose. Bend the elbows. Let your forehead rest. We are ready to cool it on down. We've had quite some time to bring that heart rate down, so our cool down isn't going to be super long. Let's go ahead and shift our weight forward just enough so that we can actually come onto one hip, left hip or the other. Swing those legs out in front of you. Good. And then just holding on to your knees here, go ahead and make your way all the way down to your back. Hug the knees up there with you. And I'd really like for you to plant your whole back. So from your tailbone all the way up through the back of your head, that's all connected to the earth. Hug those knees in. Beautiful. And then just as we did at the beginning, the very beginning of drawing these circles, straightening our arms and then bending those elbows, draw some circles here. This feels so nice on the low back. It's like just a very gentle massage. Obviously, it's not huge. We're not falling over to one side. Let's switch directions though. Just bending the elbows and then straightening the arms. Beautiful. Find some stillness here. Now, what I'd like for you to do is inhale, arms come back behind you, and then plant both feet. Drop both knees over towards the left side. Keep the upper body very still here. So both knees over towards left. Feel this awesome stretch through your core. And then take the arms and extend them long. So they're in this long T position. Turn your head and neck over towards your right hand. And just enjoy it. Good. Inhale. Let's reach those arms back behind us. Draw both knees up towards the sky. Exhale. Drop the knees first. Keep that upper body still so you still have the support of the mat on that upper back, on the back of your shoulders. And then extend the arms long. Gaze over at that left hand. And then soften through that jaw. Again, just like at the beginning. Relax through your jaw. Good. Let's inhale, lift the arms overhead, draw the knees back up to the sky. Good. Now here, draw the hands. Palms are going to face down beside you. And then let's lift the legs up to the sky. So here's our legs up the wall. Phenomenal pose. Big fan. Great for a ton of reasons. But make sure your low back is pressed to the mat. Do we know what I mean by that? If you have a chance to kind of gaze at me really quick. And I'm just lifting my hands so y'all can see my hips. If I'm lifting my legs so high, there's this space now that I've now lifted up. My tailbone's not connected. If I lower my low back, legs can still be straight here. We just want that to be connected. Now what we're going to do is come into our final pose. We're going to come into a shoulder stand. So start to press your hands into the mat as you lift the hips. Catch the low back and then tuck those elbows in. Now, super important, do not look at me on your screen. Look up at your toes and keep that gaze there. We really want to protect our neck here. But keep lifting those hips up. So this is a shoulder stand. That means that we're up on the shoulders. The hips actually stack just above the shoulders. We stack those parts. Now point the toes. Kind of enjoy, if you can, all this blood rushing to your head. It is an inversion. Let's take one last breath here. As you exhale, slowly start to just bend the knees. Let the low back curl onto the mat. And then let's go ahead and draw the upper body up. So we curl ourselves up into this tight ball. Forehead maybe touches the knees or it just comes in that direction. And then, my friends, my beautiful friends, I need one affirmation from you. I don't need it, actually. You need it. I don't need to hear it. It's something that you say, something you feel and you believe. So let's come up with that affirmation right now. What comes to mind? I am strong. I am worthy. I am capable. I am beautiful. I deserve all good things. And when you're ready, slowly just release. Melt those legs down to your mat. Relax, not just your upper body, but the lower body. Your feet just kind of fall open. We're not holding on to anything at this moment. We are surrendering it all. We are giving it all up. So right here, just as you are, still in Shavasana, something that comes to my mind often when I first come into this is this thought. If everything we have was stripped from us, and I mean everything, materialistic items, but also like our physical appearance, if that was stripped from us, what would remain? What remains? And it's our character, it's our soul. It's this being deep inside of us that is so much deeper than what we claim to have or what we claim to own. And when what is deep inside of us is at peace, I think that's how we win. I think that's how we win this whole game. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Start to just kind of reawaken. I know we weren't there too long, but be intentional as you kind of transition out of your Shavasana. We can maintain that meditative, very calm, very peaceful state with our eyes closed and our movements very focused. You can roll over onto your favorite side, or you can remain in Shavasana for just a moment or two longer. Maybe ask yourself, I'm sitting here and this came to mind, what can we do to do the inner work, to cultivate what's going on inside of us, so that when these things are stripped from us, or when, we may not have all of the things, or we may not, embody a certain physical appearance, we still have something strong and beautiful. How can we do that inner work to feel that every single day, to know that? It's got to start from a place of love. It has got to start from a place of love and acceptance. As you take your next inhale, let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up to our seated position, eyes closed. Let's turn those palms and face them up. Now, I'm going to ask you to just get out of your comfort zone a little bit. We're going to finish this class, this beautiful class that we've shared, with just a final Om. Obviously, I can't hear you guys. It's a personal sound, and it's more about how the sound feels. You guys can hear me, so I hope that's comforting. But let's do this all together. Take a big inhale. Big inhale. Let's exhale it out and let's bring those hands to heart center. We lift them to our forehead as a way to honor our mind, to be in control of our feelings, our emotions, to recognize them, to maybe bring light into those dark spaces. We bring our hands to our lips as a way to honor the words that we speak. May they heal and not hurt. And finally, we rest our hands at heart center for these things to just flow through good intention, to do well, to mean well, to ultimately be well. Peace within, peace within. The light in me honors the light in you. I'm so grateful for you all. Namaste.